If you're looking for free beginner bandsaw projects, this is the video for you. Stay tuned and let's get started. Project number 1 is bandsaw birds. This is the quick and easy project. I am attaching the template for both sides of the bird onto a block of wood, and then just trimming out the design on the bandsaw. And after completed, I tape it back together and then cut the other side template out, and look at that, I'm left with a bird. Now it's time to give it a quick sand. We'll do some hand sanding, and then finishing it with some dark oak wax. And then I'm moving on to giving it a bit of a buff, and then the project is done. As you can see, I have made 3 now, small one, 2 bigger ones, one's faster than the other, and didn't colour waxes on here. So overall, quick and easy project. Let's move on to project number 2. Project number 2 is the Owl Bandsaw box. This is using Pallet block corners, and I'm starting off by squaring one side up in the bandsaw, and then I'll be gluing these 2 sides together and then leaving them overnight to dry. And then while they're drying, I am trimming down a bit of firewood until I can get it so it fits through my bandsaw. And I'm making 2 slabs, which will be the front and back of the bandsaw box. These are now dry, and I do the same method again. I trim one side off of each one of them and then glue them back together again. Then make a square block. Again, I will let these dry overnight. I then just check in that the template fits on top. Sit with the belt sander just to make sure it's nice and smooth. And then I'm gluing it together. So now I'm attaching the firewood to the front and back of it. Again, I'll be leaving this overnight. Trimming it down on the bandsaw, sit again with the belt sander, and then attaching the template. And start off with any old bandsaw box and cut out the outside shape. Which all my cuts were this fast on the bandsaw. Now I am cutting the back off. And now I'm starting to do the drawers. So there's a drawer in the eyes and then the 2 in the body. The one mistake I made with this is that I made the 2 bottom drawers a bit too close together, so the wood's a bit weak. But overall it still works out fine, but it's just annoying. So I let these dry. Now I am trimming off the front and backs of the drawers and scooping them out. And in a minute, this is where I find out that I've just messed up, because I have scooped the wrong side of the drawer out. So I will glue these back together and then I will recut it. So I carried on with the other 2 drawers. I have now mixed up some epoxy and sawdust to fill up any of the cracks from the wooden block corners. Now sanding. So I've started with a belt sander and move on to a attachment to my drill, and this is where I just found out I messed up again. And on the second drawer I also scooped out the bottom and not the top. Do some hand sanding now before I glue the back on. Just it'd be a lot easier to do it now than it is with the back on glued into place. Now back to sanding. Drawers should be finished now, and I will move on to sanding them as well. This time I'm using glue and sawdust. Now it's moving on to the eyes and the beak with straw balls. So just cutting these out on another piece of wood. Get the two eyes and then the beak. Beak's a bit big, so I trimmed it down. Gluing on the balls. And then there's the nose. And to finish off, we are going to coat it in Danish oil. Just look how that pops. I believe the centre blocks are oak and the firewood is sweet chestnut. To finish off, we are coating it in clear wax to give it a nice shine. Look at that. Look how good that looks. On to project number 3, Parrot. Start off by standing the two boards to make them as flat as I can, and then I draw around the template of the parrot. On this one I wanted to make sure I had the tail going down, and my piece of wood wasn't big enough, so I drew a second template that I will cut out and join in as it's be joined in the middle. So just giving these a quick trim with the circular saw down to size, and then cutting out the shape on the bandsaw. That's where I've cut out the extra bit for where the tail will go in, and I'm gluing it back together. Some of these cuts will be cleaner to do if I do when all 3 bits of wood are glued together, so I've left some of it to be trimmed up afterwards. The middle bit of wood will be going a different direction to the front and back of the bird. So here I'm gluing the tail into place and then putting the glue onto the front and back pieces. One thing to note here is not to put too much glue on, because that was a bit of a nightmare on cleaning up. So I'm leaving this to dry overnight. And in the morning take off the clamps and then get it back on the bandsaw. This is where I'm trimming the back of the tail off now. Now giving it a quick sand. We are sanding all areas I can get to on the belt sander. Then we will be going to a bit of hand sanding as well as orbital sanding. This is starting to take some shape now, and it's the hand sander. This thing's great. You're getting into the small little gaps on either side of the tail and the beak, and just putting the eye in. As you can see, I have made a few others, the toucan, the parrot and the puffin. There's a video on my channel for all 3 of them if you're interested. And we're going to be finishing off with some dark oak wax. Look how good that looks, with the end grain to the side grain, and the overall finish looks great. just give it a quick polish now. Thank you for watching this far through. All 3 projects are really quick and easy to make. I don't have all of them still on hand. So project number 1 is the Bandsaw birds, which were nice and easy. You can change the shape by cutting them slightly thinner if you want a fatter bird or whatever. So really easy to use. I have got a template for that on my Etsy store. And the project number 2 was the owl, which had a load of mistakes in it, but overall the outcome looks great after fixing some of these errors. I still can't believe I did it twice by scooping out the wrong side of the drawer, but oh well, these things happen. And then project number 3 is obviously the Parrot. The outcome looks great. I really do like how the wood looks between the end grain and the side grain, and overall looks good. With the option to have the tail going down also was a great idea. And thank you for watching. If you like this video, I've queued up a video just like this one right here for you. And if you are liking this sort of quick, simple projects, I have got a playlist right here for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.